Hey guys, so how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to make it short and sweet. We are going to get Justin's 394 XP back out, put it in a piece of wood, just fill it out and see how it does. It's just going to be some shakedown runs. If you don't know what that means, it's an old drag racer's term. We'd go to the track. If you trailered your car there, sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. Put your drag tires on and go shake it down and see what you have. Well, that's just what I'm doing with these saws. When I say we're going to shake it down, we're just putting it in a piece of wood, filling it out, seeing what we have. The saw has all of about 5 total minutes of run time since a full rebuild, bearing seals, new set of rings, fresh port job. We've increased compression on it significantly, so we're just going to fill the old saw out and just go from there. If you missed all the other videos, I have everything in a playlist. If I can, on an end screen, like the last few minutes of a video, it'll be like in a little block, maybe down here, up here, over here, just wherever I can get it in there at. And you're welcome to check those out if you wish. I know we have some new followers to the channel, and maybe not everybody has seen everything, but we have a 24-inch barn chain set up. That's what was on it when I picked the saw up. I think in the initial video, I'd done a lot of work to that bar, dressing it and getting the rivets and the bar tip tightened up, and put my grind on the chain. And honestly, it ended up doing really good. It was a good, smooth, fast cutting chain for a work chain, I guess. But with that said, hopefully the next thing you guys see, I'll quit running my jaw, is this thing fired up and hopefully back at our log stand and in a piece of wood. Alrighty guys, I've cleaned up back here a little bit this afternoon. The cookies were piled up as high as the test stand. So I ran the wood splitter a little bit, and I came back here and trimmed a little bit. It kind of looked like a jungle, kind of still does, but this thing ain't been fired up since today's Wednesday, since last Thursday, I think, when we got it going. May have even been Wednesday. I don't remember. That's what happens as you get older, you forget. But let's just see how she does, and you can tell the size of the wood by the saw sitting on it, I would hope. It ain't no monster piece of wood, but I'll just tell you it was all I could do to get it out of my little yard cart and up onto there. Let's see how she fires up. That's the decomp again. She's pretty good on compression. Beginning to worry. runs pretty good, Justin would say. I'm going to tune on the carb a little bit. I believe the load jet could be leaned out just a hair and maybe richen it back up a little bit on top end, but you can pull on it as hard as you want. Now, if you guys remember the last video, could not push on it, could not lean on it, just fall on its face, but she's pulling pretty dang good now. Okay guys, the amount I moved those was about laughable, and boy, it's getting hot and muggy. We've had rain here every day. Humidity is just kind of crazy. My glasses will fog up as soon as they go on my face. See how she fires back up. Let's see if we can fire it without the decomp. Well, alright guys, I'm going to call that a win. I'm pretty tickled with it just for the first couple of shakedown runs on that thing. She's doing amazing. It'll only get stronger and faster as the rings seat in and it gets total case compression, builds total static compression. She's a runner, guys. You can lean on it now, you can push on it now. If you guys remember back to the first video when we done the work to the bar and chain, you could not push on that saw at all. Just putting it up on the dogs, it just did not like that at all. Saw would just fall flat on its face and almost die. Have to pull it back out of the wood and get it up on the pipe and go to cutting again. I've even had people in the short form content say, hey, nothing wrong with that saw at all. Your chain's just razor sharp. You must not have any breakers on it, must have them ground all the way off. Totally not the case here. Most of you that have been around my channel for a while know I use that. I'll set one raker or drag with that and then do the rest in my grinder just to save on time and wear and tear on my hands, honestly. But you guys know what that does. A lot of people don't like it because it's like a factory setting on the rakers or drags, but that said, the cutters are a little hungry. That's just my grind. That's the way I like it. I like a lot of self-feed, but as you can see, old saw's handling it just fine. It never fell on its face just once, and I was dogging her in pretty good, honestly. I'll run this saw quite some bit more. I'll put a couple of tanks through it before I take it back home, but I know Justin. I know he knows how to run a saw. I know he knows how to tune the carb on a saw. I know he knows when something's not right with the saw, so I don't really have any worries with this at all. If something fails on it, you know, he'll get a hold of me and let me know, and you know, we'll go from there. But I think she'll be a-okay. I think the girl's got a lot of life left in her, and like I said, if I didn't, it's like a daylight to dark difference running this thing. The anti-vibe parts we replaced just made it feel so much better. You know, it is what it is. Good solid work saw. But with that said, everybody that followed this build and watched all the videos, we greatly appreciate it. We ain't making a killing here. You know, it is what it is. But with that said, as always, thank you guys, and y'all have a good one.